talking brackets, y'all. Rink brothers.
All right, everyone, welcome into the first episode of March Chadness. If you recognize me, first of all, thank you, because that means you have been checking out fanstreamsports.com and on my podcast that I have here. So I do appreciate you checking in. Appreciate you checking into the first episode of March Chadness with me, and who will be with me pretty much every single week that we do March Chadness is my youngest brother, Nate. Nate, how are you today?
Good. And strangely, I don't recognize you.
You don't exactly. It's been a minute. We're in different parts of Ohio. So first, before anything else, we're going to dive into what the show is going to be and what it's not going to be. But first, big win for the Bears again today. It doesn't look pretty, but we'll take it, right?
This team's going to give me a heart attack. But hey, 5 comeback wins. I'll take it. 7-3. I'll take it.
Yep, exactly. If we can make the playoffs, that'd be amazing. So, but we're not here to talk about NFL. That's going to be for some other stuff. So what is March Chadness? So I really love the bracket. I think everyone loves the bracket. Everyone loves March Madness. The only problem, it only comes in March, and you only have about a month to really talk about it. So I decided, let's talk about college hoops all year, have March Chadness be the name of it, because obviously my name is Chad. And then I was diving into it, and we've got families. We are not following college basketball like the experts do. And I said, well, this is probably not going to be a great show if you and I are just trying to talk college basketball, trying to get all the information. So I thought, people love brackets. Why not we talk college basketball a little bit at the beginning, and then each week we just have a different bracket of a random topic, and we decide what's the best one. And you were on board pretty much from the get-go, right?
From the jump.
Yeah. I had you at hello.
Indeed.
Yeah. So right now we'll kind of talk about, so this is what the show is not going to be, an in-depth look at college basketball teams, at least for the first probably couple months. We'll probably dive more into what teams look like, how teams are shaping up, and brackets once we get into January, when teams really start playing other good teams and we get more data and looks.
Wait. Indiana's playing Incarnate Word. Are you saying guys aren't playing good teams right now?
There you go. Incarnate Word. Look at that. If we give up more than 40 to them, that's gonna be a problem. So hopefully we're playing at home. We didn't have to travel to Incarnate Word, did we?
No, I'm pretty sure it's a home game.
I was gonna say, I think Incarnate Word plays on a carpet gym. So
I played there, Mount Washington Presbyterian Church. Shout out.
There you go.
Rug burns every time you get up.
Absolutely. Shout out to Washington Presbyterian, Mount Washington Presbyterian Church, baby. Awesome. So, hey, so that's not what this is going to be early on. We will talk college basketball in the beginning. I hopefully will have some folks on here that know more about college basketball than Nate and I do at the beginning of the shows and stuff. But the main thing is this, for Nate and I to talk about fun bracket stuff. Hopefully be entertaining for you, because I think most people like brackets, most people like lists, those types of things. So I don't think there's too many shows about that. So we decided, you know what? Why not? You and I do this on the phone pretty much weekly anyways. Yeah. So let's just put it on for everyone to watch, and then we can embarrass our kids by stuff that we say.
I love it.
Okay. So let's say college basketball first. Okay. It's early on, looking at top 25s. Most of those teams have not played anybody. I know Florida did lose to Alabama. Alabama is a good team. Under Nate Oates, they've been good for a while. So just kind of looking at things, what are you looking at? Like, if, again, it is November 16th, right? Yeah, November 16th, 2025.
That is correct. You are correct, sir. Yes.
We need that on the board here. So we're doing our Final Four picks now, which is going to be stupid. And then, all this stuff, most sports talk shows are stupid. It's just, most people are arguing about dumb stuff, or like, hey, let's put our top, 4 teams that we think are going to make the Final Four, even though they could all be in the same bracket and it's going to be moot anyways. But this is what we do in the sports world nowadays. So initially, beginning of the year, Nate, your Final Four teams, we'll see what that looks like come March.
Purdue, Offense looks great. They're putting up. I know they haven't played anybody. They're putting up double-digit wins without their stud freshman. So I got them up there. Arizona, I believe Arizona's got 2 good wins, right?
Yep.
Florida, UCLA, Michigan State. 2 words: Tom Izzo. I love seeing a coach who's mad that they only won by 19 over San Jose State. Louisville got a win over Kentucky. That Mikael Brown Jr. guy looks pretty legit. I don't know. So as of right now, I got Purdue, Arizona, Michigan State, Louisville.
I got you. So it's kind of funny how I don't think we have any of the same. So I'm not gonna go Florida, Houston. I don't think I don't think we ever get back-to-back champions anymore. Houston's just one of those teams I just don't buy into.
They don't really play anybody until it comes to tournament time.
No, and I don't know if it's just hatred towards Calvin Sampson when he was at Indiana because of what he did, and now he's being very successful. But I am going to go.
It's allowed.
Yeah, exactly. So now it is allowed too. It's crazy. He was ahead of his time. So I think I'm going to go. First of all, I hate saying it because as an Indiana fan, I think Kentucky. I do like Pope there, what he's doing. They got a good squad there. So I like Kentucky. I also like Duke. It's been a minute.
I couldn't put him in there. It's Duke.
Yeah, they've got some good young talent, and they're just always going to be one of the more talented teams that you're going to have. And really the ACC, which is weird to say, probably over the last 5 years has really been a down conference. So Duke pretty much just kind of rolls. So they're going to get a high seed because I think they are a good team, but they'll have, maybe 2 losses in conference. So I'm going to take those 2. I don't like Danny Hurley, but I do like what he's doing in UConn. So I think that they could come back. And then I got to have a Big Ten team in there. And again, I hate this Final Four because it's Michigan. I know they lost some big guys, but they've got some good guard play. It's just the Big Ten's one of those teams too, where it just seems like no one outside of Purdue the last few years. Purdue's really been the team here lately that has really kind of been dominant in the Big Ten, and there's really like the rest of it's just kind of like average teams. So those are my 4. I've got Duke, Kentucky, UConn, and Michigan, and I know they're all in the top 10, which is not crazy, but we haven't seen anybody yet. And, there's going to be injuries and stuff. So we'll see how this goes. We'll probably revisit it come January and see how that's going on. So I don't even know, how much college basketball I'll even be able to watch this year because Noah's playing basketball. So it's just practices and then Fridays and Tuesdays pretty much from here on out. I know you've got your son's playing basketball and you're running around.
Yeah, I'm coaching Grayson and Kiwanis, and also it's the crazy time of year for the next couple months at my work. But I say we make this interesting, and whoever has more guys in the Final Four out of me and you want to put a wager on it? $1.
The usual $1. The usual. Yes, we could do that. So we could do that. We could do some fun things once the tournament's here. With our brackets, have some sort of fun thing. We can also probably. I've always wanted to use it for like the fantasy side, but I think we could really do it here with the bracket when tournament comes in March Madness. Get our kids involved because when March Madness it is a national holiday at our house. Like that Thursday, Friday, nothing gets done. Even Sarah's like, nope, because Emily does not like it as the 7-year-old girl, the house of boys. That she hates Sundays too. It's just football, but no, it's March Madness. We're watching college basketball all day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that first weekend. So we could do a thing. We could have all our kids. They do one bracket, the sheet of integrity, and then see if we can have a segment called Beat Our Kids and see if we can beat our kids in the March Madness. So I think that's enough college basketball talk in a March Madness. We're almost 10 minutes in. So again, it's still early in the college basketball season. We really don't know what these teams are looking like. So we will get more involved in it as the weeks go on and teams start playing in conference play. So what we're doing now, we are going to go look at when we do the brackets, we will decide like a topic that Nate and I would like to talk about, or something we just think would be fun, and then we will have either a 16 team, or if it's something where there's just too many possible options, then we expand it to 32, which is this one. Start off at 16, and we're like, it's just too many good ones, so we expanded it to 32. I doubt we'll do 64. I think when we do the weird, spoiler alert, we will have a Weird Al song bracket. We may do 64 there just because, we love Weird Al.
Because it's me and you, and we can.
Exactly. And so we expand this out to 32 teams. So we are doing the first episode is going to be a TV sitcom theme bracket. So let me lay the rules down for everybody first before afterwards. And people are like, well, get arguing about it. So like the 9 people that are going to watch this. So we discussed it because of the sitcom theme songs, the first rule was that it had to have lyrics for this one, because there were a lot of good ones that didn't have lyrics. I mean, we could have done 64.
Which we will probably do at another time.
Yeah, we will do and I think we'll probably expand it to not just sitcoms, just TV shows with instrumental theme songs. We will do that. So if you enjoy this one, keep an eye out for that one later on. So that was the first one. They had to have lyrics in the song. Second, it was going to be a traditional half-hour sitcom format, because there are shows like Psych that is really, it's a comedy, but it's not really a sitcom, and it's got a great theme song. Same thing with Greatest American Hero, Love Boat have iconic theme songs, but they aren't really the traditional sitcom because they're more an hour. So that'd be another one too. We'll probably do a instrumental one, and then we will probably just do another TV theme song that just wasn't sitcoms with all the other ones on it as well. So without further ado, we can bring the bracket in here. So what we're looking at here, we're going to go through each little section, and then Nate and I will kind of give our first 4 that we thought should have got in, that first 4 out of it, and then we will give kind of our predictions of what we think the final 4 is, which is going to be kind of dumb since it's going to be he and I deciding it, but we have not discussed any of this stuff beforehand, really, right? Except just kind of like what shows we're going to be in it, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So
looking at this arbitrary bracket that no one asked us to do. So
exactly. No one on the interwebs was. I can't believe nobody has done a sitcom bracket of just the lyric ones. So listen. Okay. So let's look at this first region. You've got Cheers versus Alice. Cheers is the #1 overall seed in this tournament, going up against Alice. And then you've got a good 8-9 one. You've got Big Bang Theory versus Scrubs. And then a 4 seed Friends versus Saved by the Bell, which I think is going to be a controversial one that got in. And then you've got the classic. And you see, we'll pull back up. Let me pull back up here first. As you can see here, I've got, the Zach Morris's trash on his giant cell phone here for the show. I do not have a Funko for everything we're going to discuss, but he does have it. Go back. He does have his base. Look at that. We're Saved by the Bell, so there may be some. It could be a foreshadowing of what's going to happen here. It could be some bias with Saved by the Bell. But No. So then we got the classic 512 that always has upsets is Beverly Hillbillies is the 5 seed versus Family Ties at the 12. So looking at this region, Nate, what stands out to you the most? And then do you think there could be a sleeper team coming out of here?
I tell you what, this whole top bracket is kind of my upset bracket. So I think I'm going to have a lot of sleepers coming out of here, or more so than the other one. And also Cheers, it's the clear #1. I think that's right. But yeah, I have a lot of, I might have a lot of upsets in this one.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's the 4-5 ones, we'll talk about that once we get to it. But yeah, Cheers is going to be a tough out for anybody. And if that does not make the finals, it would surprise me. on that. So let's move down then. We will, if my computer, there we go. Okay. So then the bottom half of this this section is going to be Gilligan's Island, the 3 seed against WKRP in Cincinnati, where Nate and I grew up. Originally from the Natty. Originally from Indiana though, so we will probably discuss more about our close to Chicago roots. But yeah, Cincinnati is Valpo, baby. Cincinnati is where we grew up as high schoolers and even younger than that. I'm telling you right now, the one first round matchup that is the most exciting for me is this 6-11 matchup of Happy Days and the Monkees. So I'm going to be interested once we get to that, once we actually go through and predict each one. And then you got the 7-10. Yes, All in the Family. Welcome Back, Kotter is a good one. I think people are going to be mad that, especially the unks of the world, are going to be mad that All in the Family is not higher ranked. And then you got the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air versus Who's the Boss. Thoughts on this section?
Yeah, I'm excited to get into it because I think we may have differing ideas, or we definitely are going to have differing ideas for, our 9 listeners out there. So
exactly,
looking forward to getting into it.
Right. So, okay, now we'll get to the, so that's the top bracket. So that'll be one team for the championship there. And then we're going to start down in the second bracket of the other 16. Golden Girls is the other number 1 seed, and it's going to go against, and it pains me, I think, as much as it pains Nate to see Charles in Charge as a 16 seed. It was a show that we grew up watching. This theme song was just stuff we would just sing regularly. So I feel bad. It's gonna get an early out. 8-9.
Yeah, it's not fair because Buddy Lembeck would not have that.
No, he would not. He was also Bible Man in the Bible Man live action Christian TV show.
I believe everybody knows that, and I think that goes without saying.
Willie Ames and the great Willie Ames Scott Baio combo.
Yes.
Was then on the great movie Zapped. So
yeah, and I think you're just glossing over Nicole Eggert.
Exactly. Exactly. And now I think we're down to 6 viewers. So with our Charles in Charge,
it was fun while it lasted.
It was. So and then you got Good Times, Facts of Life, which I think is a great 8-9 matchup.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah, it is. I mean, this bracket is I think is going to be pretty good. Let me move up a little bit because people are now looking at, the Jeffersons are a 3 seed. So Three's Company, which should have been a 3 seed, that's Three's Company, but it's a 4 seed against Laverne and Shirley. And then another good 5-12 matchup, Different Strokes, That 70s Show. So let me ask you about just the 8-9 matchup. We don't need to look into stuff, but do you think this is going to be a close one, or do you think one of these is going to maybe kind of just run away with it? Good Times, Facts of Life.
Man, I've had a hard time deciding on which one. I think whoever wins it has a good chance of maybe running the table a little bit on this end of the bracket. But that's a hard one. That's a hard one to choose between.
It really is, and it's really weird when I was put, because how the everything came about was I had the idea, so I kind of threw some songs out. Nate threw some songs like, oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. So we kind of combined our efforts on the 32 songs that would be in this, and then I just really kind of ranked them. Because again, it doesn't make it just makes the process easier if I just go ahead and rank them and not have Nate and I try to decide, arguing and not seeing.
You're the host. You get to do it. So
no, my name is in the show. It's March Chadness, not March Nateness. Now, if this was a show about weightlifting and it was called Nate Lifters, then obviously he could have the reign of it. But so that's how it is. So again, the rankings are where it is and that kind of thing. So it just how it was. Now, I will tell you as we get to this next bracket, there is one, and you could probably look at it. There's one show in here that you're like, how in the world is that seated so high? And it's going to probably, it would be surprising if the Garry Shandling show does not make the Elite Eight. But I'm getting ahead of myself because we have the Jeffersons as a 3, King of Queens, which is one of your inputs. I totally forgot about it, and then I'm like listening to it, like, dude, this thing is just a good tune. I'd listen to it just even if I wasn't watching the show, right?
Right, and I can relate to the plight of a package car driver. So
exactly. And then you got you've got Shandling, Garry Shandling show, Addams Family, with some people may say that those seeds should be reversed. Once we get there, I have a very strong stance on this matchup and why it's a 6-11.
You should.
As well, everybody should. And then Full House is a 7 is a surprising one, but there are so many. It's crazy like doing this. Like there are so many good sitcom theme songs. Like Full House is a iconic classic one, a good one, but like there's other ones that were just better. And then I threw the Muppets in. We had talked about it. Like the Muppets really is not a kid. I mean, it was for kids, but if you watch the original Muppets and even the Muppet movies and stuff like that, it's really geared towards adults too. But it really 100%. Wasn't. It was like a variety show, but it really was kind of a sitcom variety show. So it was my show, so I threw it in there. And then Brady Bunch as a 2 seed against the Partridge Family, which I purposely did that because you have to. And if we had all the technology and more money thrown our way, we would cut to the montage of the SNL skit of the Brady Bunch Partridge Family, which is a phenomenal skit. So, but that's not what this show is about. What about this bracket that stands out to you?
It's a bunch of hard decisions is what it looks like to me.
I think this might be the toughest region of all of them, because when you got Addams Family as an 11 seed, the Full House as a 7, even the Partridge Family is a good one. The Partridge Family probably should have been higher, but I had to pair it against the Brady Bunch, so that's where it's at. So I don't want to get into any of the stuff yet. Let's just go back to the top and let's start discussing the matchups. So first one, I think it's going to be a pretty easy choice. You got Cheers versus Alice. Is there any chance? What do you say about Alice against Cheers?
Let me check my notes here. For Alice, I have written down. There's no way it beats Cheers. Even kids now even know this song, but I don't think people under the age of 20 or 30 realize how big this song was. The Cheers theme song. I remember in like 5th or 6th grade at Sherwood, we got to sing that song at one of the chorus concerts. Shout out to Ms. Gavin. I know she's a big fan of the show. She's a bracketeer. But not only were we excited to sing it, I remember at the chorus concert where we sang it, we got a pretty good response. It wasn't Beatlemania. There wasn't, women fainting in the crowd or undergarments thrown on stage. But I know for like that 3 minutes, 40 some seconds, everybody there was like actually happy they were at a 5th grade chorus concert. So it's a great song. It easily beats Alice. It's not even close.
No, yeah. I mean, it is such an iconic song. It is such a great song with sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. People do that all the time. I don't even remember like much of the Alice theme song anyways. And I understand.
I had to go back and listen to it.
I did too. I was like, oh, that's right. That's what it is. And Alice wasn't even that great a show. It basically lived on Polly Holiday, rest in peace, Kiss My Grits.
Kiss My Grits.
What that show was. So, and I've been to several, you and I both with our kids have been to several kids like chorus concerts. And as adults and parents, like, yes, when they do something like Cheers, you're like, oh, this is cool. Awesome. So I'm waiting for Liam's chorus concert to do Fiend or something like that this year, but I don't think they will. So that was a pretty easy one there. So we got an 8-9, Big Bang Theory, Scrubs. Take me through your thought process here.
Scrubs, don't have much an opinion on it. Now,
Okay.
Big Bang, it's catchy, it's fun, it's got that kind of we didn't start the fire kind of vibes, fast moving, explaining a lot of stuff. I think that's an easy one for me. Big Bang, Scrubs as a show, great, but the theme song, I don't think it holds up to Big Bang.
Yeah, here's the thing. I like the show Scrubs better than the Big Bang. I don't really watch the Big Bang. It was one of those things when it came on the age of my kids and stuff. I just didn't have time to do that, and I had other stuff I'd rather watch. So I do like the Scrubs. But Scrubs is a cool theme song. I think it's too short. First of all,
yeah, it's very short.
Yeah, and the other thing that puts the Big Bang Theory ahead is it is sung by one of my favorite bands, the Bare Naked Ladies. I love them so much. So that is really what puts the Big Bang over Scrubs. But I think Scrubs is
Bare Naked Ladies do it every time.
Give me Bare Naked Ladies all the time. So yeah, so I think Scrubs, like as much it was a perfect song for that show. It was just kind of short. Big Bang Theory, it is catchier, and it's the Bare Naked Ladies. So we'll go there. So here's one that we've been talking about doing the show for probably like a couple weeks, maybe a month. And this is the one, once I put this up like this, was the one I was most excited to talk about because it's Friends versus Saved by the Bell. Friends is such an iconic song, and therefore that minute when Friends first took off, you could not hear that song everywhere you went. So it is, I would consider it. Yeah, there you go. The clapping. I consider it an iconic type theme song. But then what made Saved by the Bell here, even in it, is we talked about it, and like we grew up with Saved by the Bell. There was a moment in our life, and I'm talking like I was in my 20s and you were in your teens, where if Saved by the Bell came on, number one, we would stop what we were doing and watching it. But two, we could, within about 5 seconds of anywhere in the episode we got into it, we could tell you exactly what the entire episode was.
Yeah, when I come home from school, I'd be doing homework, and if there wasn't a Braves game on the TBS, it was Saved by the Bell. And yes, we almost made a game of it within 3 to 5 seconds of it. Oh, this is when Mr. Belding's brother Rod comes in. Oh, this is one where Jesse's stepbrother tries to blackmail Zach for going to the Dodgers game.
That's right. So many classic. That's one I think we'll probably do. We'll probably do just a Saved by the Bell episode.
Oh, I'm all
as
in.
well. So this is one. I think the popular opinion is, I think if everyone's doing a bracket, they're like, it's going to be Friends. However, correct, this is the reason why you play the games, and we're the ones deciding it. So I think I know where you're going to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Saved by the Bell over Friends because, like, they're both great songs. Saved by the Bell I think it's underrated of how good of a song it is.
Well, it lets you know what the show's going to be about. It's as cheese-malese as the show is. Like, yeah. It is just cheesy in the best possible way. And yeah, Friends probably should win this, but I think Saved by the Bell, I think they pull out a, last second Hail Mary shot, half court shot to win this game.
Exactly. And so those of you that may be like, there's no way Saved by the Bell beat Friends. Okay, go stop the episode, go listen to them both, and then come back. And I'm telling you why. And I think it's going to be similar to when we get to the Addams Family. I think Friends is a good song, but I think it relies a lot on the four claps, like very exciting, much like we will get to the Addams Family gets by on the snaps. Saved by the Bell, for a Saturday morning kid show, that theme song comes way harder than it needed to be, and it lands. I mean, it's fast. Wake up in the morning and the alarm gives out a warning. I don't think I'm going to make it on time. Like, I'm telling you, it is hard. And because it's Nate and I doing this, I'm sorry, Friends, but it is Saved by the Bell in an upset. So, and I do love, shout out to the guy that, like, I'm pretty good at Excel, but I was like, I don't want to try to figure this out. So some guy had already put a video out on how to do these with, like, how the size of the columns, the widths, color scheme, the most of the forms I knew that, but this thing is amazing. I love this thing. So it's looking like it's going pretty well. So let me go back to the screen so you can see Saved by the Bell there is the winner. And then rounding out this top section, we got the Beverly Hillbillies and Family Ties. So I think with this one, I think it probably depends on how old you are. And if you're probably under 20, you're like, I have no idea what either of these are. But
right.
they're both good theme songs. Again, I think Beverly Hillbillies is the correct higher seed because I think it is the more famous one than Family Ties. But Family Ties was such a good theme song for that show.
Yeah, I agree. I think Family Ties is the better song, but what's the first thing you know, Chad?
The Jed's a millionaire.
That's all you got to say.
plus to circle back to our Weird Al love, only one of these songs is parodied by Weird Al. And
I actually have Weird Al in my notes, just says Weird Al.
See, I'm telling you, there's like you and I see like it's the same. So again, I love the Family Ties theme song, but the Beverly Hillbillies is more iconic because if you started that, first thing you know, if you did, that song, you can sing it. It's just it's a good song. I do like the Family Ties one, but I do have to, I think since since Saved by the Bell one, we got to give.
Yeah, we got to
give the 6 listeners like a little something there. So, all right, let's go down to the next bracket. Moving on into the Sweet 16 here, we got Gilligan's Island, WKRP, and Cincinnati. So these are, I don't think this one's that difficult. As much as I love the WKRP and Cincinnati song, if you're talking like famous, iconic, not just sitcom theme songs, but theme songs altogether, I think Gilligan's Island falls in that category.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do like the WKRP in Cincinnati because we live in Cincinnati. But yeah, Gilligan's Island is the easy winner in this.
Yeah, and it's one of those things too where I think WKRP in Cincinnati better show, but the theme song was just not.
Well, and Gilligan's Island, how many theme songs literally give you the explanation of every character before the show?
That's the beauty of it. That is such
get the gist of the show in the theme song, but not every single character and what they're about.
Right, because like it's such a brilliant idea. Because if you're making a show, it's like, oh, man, okay, first episode, you always have to do like we got to give everybody their backstory, who they are, and everything. Then someone was just brilliant. It's like, why don't we just tell them who they are in the theme song and just jump right into them shipwrecked? So it is brilliant. And then I was, because again, I put way too much stuff into this, listen to stuff and about theme songs and everything. The closing credits of Gilligan's Island is a great recap of what happened too. So, all right. So this is the one. Happy Days, the Monkees. Happy Days, again, I think is a little bit underseated because you start like Sunday, Monday, Happy Days. I can't. Yeah, I mean it is a great song. It is festive and fun. It is well known. And then when I was going through, once I opened it up to 32 teams, I was like, especially when you said Saved by the Bell, and we talked to Muppets, I'm like, oh, there are some other ones. And then I came across the Monkees, and I'm like, that was a sitcom. It was another sitcom that you just don't think about. And you talk about another song about telling you like who the people are. Hey, they are the Monkees. And again, it was a great show. Again, this is one of those where
it was great.
Yeah. Happy Days was a good show too. Like, but I preferred the Monkees.
It literally did jump the shark at one time.
That's how they jumped the shark. That's why they jumped the shark. It's called Jump the Shark because of Happy Days when Fonzie was on his motorcycle, jumped over the shark in the little swimming pool thing. Spoiler alert, he made it. So if you're mad that you're like, I just spoiled a 50-year-old TV show, I'm sorry. And we just lost. We just lost that listener.
One of the worst seasons that nobody was even watching then.
Exactly. So let's talk about that. Like, I actually do love both these songs. I wish they both could move on, but we're talking again. sometimes we have to put our emotional stuff aside and say, this is just the better song. And sometimes it's going to be the more popular one. Sometimes it's not. And I think this could be one of those things. So what are you thinking here?
I mean, I think the Monkees is probably the only song on here that is actually sung by the people and played by the people in the show. I prefer it, but if Happy Days gets the win, then I would understand 100%. It was a bigger show. It was a bigger thing. But I prefer the Monkees, but
yeah. I think too, it is true. Like, this should get some credit for singing and playing their own theme song. Now, we will get to one here where the people did sing the theme song, but they did not. I don't think either Arch or, you know.
I think one of the people sang the song. I don't know if all the people sang the song.
No, and then I don't think they played the piano, but I'm telling you right now, Happy Days is a great one. However, it's our show. And again, I would have had Happy Days moving on. I forgot how much, number one, that the Monkees, like, they have some really good songs. And that song, just it starts off such a, here we come. It's just such a great thing. And I'm telling you what, like, the opening, and I know it doesn't really have to matter with the theme song, but the opening credits of them arm in arm doing the leg thing. People do that all the time.
Try to walk like that.
I know. And people do that all the time in other shows. And it's because of the Monkees. I think the Monkees are one of those where I think the Monkees would be one of those, like, they're like a mid round, like a mid conference team. I think they're like early Gonzaga. I think they're early Gonzaga, where people are like, this team from nowhere. And now I think you forget that the Monkees even existed, and you go back and listen to that song, and you're like, all right, you're in.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yeah. Okay. So this is another interesting one. Talking to my wife about this, which, shout out to my wife that she's like, she's okay with me doing a bracket show with my brother. I think it's because of you, because I'm like, Nate's so excited about it. I'm so excited about it. And he and I are doing this. But she had a good point. She's like, All in the Family. I didn't tell her where it was seated because I didn't want to start a fight after putting up Christmas lights and stuff. It was a very festive time. I think she would have been on me about All in the Family being a 7 seed. Especially with the 30, it was a 16 team bracket. I'm like, hey, only 16 of them. With the 32, she's like, so like they're she was right. All in the Family, it is one of the almost iconic opening scenes with the theme song, with the two of them at the piano singing it, right?
You can call it singing, yeah, sure. Yeah. It's about as good as I sing.
Yeah, but Welcome Back, Kotter. Again, I think that's one of those underrated ones, because I think if you could probably sing Welcome Back, Kotter. Welcome back. You know.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It's like really weird.
Exactly. Like, if you were doing that, like All in the Family, like sing All in the Family, it's like the hit per. I can sing like every 7th word, I think. Those were the days. That kind of thing. So I enjoy the Welcome Back, Kotter theme song much better.
I do as well.
And that's not even considering, the iconic Gabe Kaplan on there too. So I actually do think All in the Family, the better show. I didn't watch it growing up, just when it was our age stuff, but it's a better show. Welcome Back, Kotter. Like, if I went back and watched, like, how was this even produced? And I would have to say it's because Gabe Kaplan is amazing. Also, and John Travolta. Also, Gabe Kaplan, like, he's like a big time, like, professional card player guy. He would go to these world. I was nuts when I don't know if you remember when, like, ESPN started showing the world poker tournaments on TV late at night. And I remember, I think this was probably back when Adam, who's now 20 and married, like, he was little, and I would stay up late to feed him because he was a slow eater. and I could fall asleep anywhere. I remember sitting in the big, comfy recliner we had, watching ESPN at like 1 a.m. And I remember one time it was the world poke series of poker was on. I'm like, who in the right mind, who's sitting there and going to watch poker on TV? And then like 40 minutes later, it's like, this is not bad. And then like watching that stuff, he was like announcing it. And then I found out he's like a big like gambler or something like that. So,
well, and I've seen stuff where what was the celebrity where they would like do 100-yard dashes.
yeah.
Have you seen any of the footage of him just smoking people on the track?
Yeah, he was. That is one of the most iconic ones there. And I remember he was trying to
bold or something.
He was trying to like pump up Joyce DeWitt before her one thing. It was Battle of Network Stars. It was like ABC, NBC, and CBS would have the stars of the show do track and field events. It was like a sixth grade like end of the year track and field thing you had, but it was like that they did that stuff back in the 70s and 80s when we were in a proper society. So, all right, this next one I think is pretty quick. Fresh Prince, Who's the Boss? I don't think there's much to talk about. Who's the Boss is fine, but no one really remembers the Who's the Boss theme song or show. Yeah. The Fresh Prince is one of those like legit iconic. And when you hear it, most people, when they hear it, like get excited and they get all involved singing it.
Yeah. Who's the boss? Smell you later.
Exactly. Who's the boss? Smell you later. So, all right. That gives us the first section here. So we'll kind of just cover it again real quick. We've got Cheers against Big Bang Theory. And then we got Saved by the Bell, the 13 seed facing off against Beverly Hillbillies. And then you've got Gilligan's Island, another slight upset with the Monkees, another slight upset, Welcome Back, Kotter, and then the Fresh Prince. So you've got 3 2 seeds in the top bracket, which should not surprise anybody that knows Nate and I.
Right.
Yeah. So looking in this next one then, so you've got Golden Girls #1 against Charles in Charge. We talked about it. We both love Charles in Charge, but I'm pretty sure it's just the Golden Girls. It's iconic. People love it. And
yes.
So, it's just thank you for being a friend. It's such a good feeling. Thank you for being a friend. And then it's like,
how often do you get to use confidant ever?
Exactly. And it's just Charles in Charge of our days, of our lives. So, but yeah, I mean, so I think it's pretty simple. No real discussion here because we need to save that for this next one where you got Good Times and Facts of Life. So I think they're both iconic. I didn't really watch Good Times a ton. Like if it was on, I've seen episodes. You knew the Dynamite, you knew all the people and stuff like that. Facts of Life, I did. We grew up watching the Facts of Life, and still to this day in our fantasy football blog, my buddy Dave will continually refer to cousin Jerry from the Facts of Life all the time, which makes me laugh every time he puts it in there. So let's discuss this because I think this is one of the more interesting ones, and it is an 8-9.
Sorry, I had to switch up locations because my phone is dying.
Okay, not a problem.
So I'm trying to keep it charged.
I covered for you. No one would have known. That's behind the scenes.
How the background changed.
Exactly. So, yeah, I think it's. I think these are two that people know. People love them. Is there any way you're leaning? Like when you saw this, was you're like, it's not as difficult as it should be?
I'm going Facts of Life. Okay. You take the good, you take the bad.
Yep. You have
the Facts of Life. Although the Good Times song is a banger.
It is, like I'm telling you, the Good Times song comes hard as a banger, but I think the Facts of Life is just like the song. I don't know, like Good Times is just like it's great. It hits you boom hard. But I think the song Facts of Life, this was a tough one. Either way, I would have no problem with it. I don't think either of them have a chance against the 1 seed of the Golden Girls.
No, they don't.
So I agree with you. As the Facts of Life, it's just it is what it is. And a side note, growing up, I kind of had a little crush on Tootie. So
who didn't?
So there you go. So
I'm just glad you didn't say Mrs. Garrett.
Although now that I'm 54, looking back, Miss Garrett,
She's doing all right.
I think she was better looking on Different Strokes, but that's just me. So,
well, she was younger.
Wasn't she the same person? Like, didn't like it was still like
I think it was a spin-off show.
I'm thinking it was. I thought she was Mrs. Garrett on both of them, which we'll get back in a minute. That would be interesting to see if we have a Mrs. Garrett off of Facts of Life, Different Strokes. I don't think it's going to happen, but I didn't even realize it until now. It was that way. So, all right. So next one, we've got Three's Company and Laverne and Shirley. I think these are both. I think Laverne and Shirley is underrated as a song. I think there for a minute, like when this show was popular, like that song, the beginning part of the Schmeagle or whatever it is, that part was iconic. And then, but Three's Company just, it's so great.
Yeah. Come and knock on our door. I mean, all right, let's go to the Regal Beagle, have a cold one with Larry. I'm taking Three's Company, especially considering I think the Laverne and Shirley might have been done better with Wayne and Garth in Wayne's World.
It probably was. And so I think too, I am definitely Three's Company, or as the one high school kid that worked with Sarah at the Beachmont Sherman-Williams when we first got married and she moved down there would call it Three's a Company.
No.
To this day, we still Three's a Company. Came up to her the one time like, have you ever seen that show Three's a Company?
Three's a Company. Are you a Mr. Ripper guy or a Mr. Furley guy?
I tell you what, I Don Knotts is phenomenal in everything. So I'm taking Furley, but I think Roper was great. I think there's no wrong answer. Roper was great because he would breaking the fourth wall there was always phenomenal. But Furley was just another level of amazing. So anytime you can pull off the ascot, I'm on your side.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. All right, so let's move back to the bracket here so people can see. So the last game in this region is Different Strokes against That 70s Show. So this is another one. I think it's a good 5-12 matchup. And it's kind of different too, because I think depending on when you grew up, you have a certain lean to it because they are in two different generations. So Different Strokes comes harder. Again, a lot of these 80s sitcoms came harder than they needed to with these songs. And Different Strokes, and again with the 80s, they hit on topics that you don't see as much nowadays. But then That 70s Show was such a fun one, and they had they had one of the better, if you're talking about like just intros with the video of it. I love their little intros in the car and stuff.
Oh, 100%. I do think it gets disqualified though.
Okay.
If we're not doing Bosom Buddies, which was My Life by Billy Joel, and Wonder Years, which was Joe Cocker, this is based off the song In the Street by Big Star. So yes,
I did not know that.
Yes, it's a very not well-known song, but it is hanging out down the street. Whole thing. If you listen to it, you'll be like, oh, okay, that's where they got this.
Really? I did not know that. So I was going to go Different Strokes anyways, but because that's why we kept out Bosom Buddies, because it was an actual song prior to the TV show.
Correct.
So that's why I was off there. And so I'm like, I'm going to go to this last one here real quick. We got Jeffersons and the King of Queens. I know you love the King of Queens. It is pretty phenomenal.
But we're moving on up to the next round because it's the Jeffersons.
It is the Jeffersons. So holy crow. I'm telling you what, Dave sent me a text, and it's usually a text every year. This is not part of it. And it's usually one time this time of year, every year, he's like, Josh Allen should just be the number one pick in fantasy every year. Did you see his stats today?
Oh yeah, I played against him in my main league. I'm well aware.
317 yards passing, 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, he got like 76 in my league.
Holy cow.
Shout out to James Quigley for just...
Huh?
Shout out to James Quigley for laying the smackdown on me for starting Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, that is ridiculous, man. He won a lot of people some 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns, man. That's crazy. All right. So the one that I am most excited to hear the 6 or 5 listeners if they ever want to put comments on.
Right.
Garry Shandling show versus the Addams Family, because I'm going to tell you right now, most people, if you said, tell me, sing the Addams Family theme song, probably 90% of people could do it. I don't know how many people, huh? In the
at least
like, yeah. I don't know how many people, number one, could sing the Garry Shandling show theme song, or even number 2, even know Garry Shandling had a show.
That's correct.
Because I believe it was on HBO. Was it on HBO? It was on some other.
Yeah, I believe it was HBO.
Yeah. So, so people are going to say, so I'm going to go double screen here real quick. So people are crying, wonder like why, number one, how did Garry Shandling even get on this list? Over, we'll talk about after this round. We'll talk about the first 4 out that we have, because we did not do that. And how to get a 6th seed. You want to talk about that?
Because it is possibly the best theme song ever. It's just, hey, Garry called me up and asked if I would write his theme song. I'm almost halfway finished. It's not even really.
How do you like it so far?
How do you like it so far?
I had
where I whistle like it is.
Yeah.
Just...
And so we were driving back from practice the other day, and we were talking about this. I was talking to Noah about it. It's like, you got to go pull up the Garry Shandling show theme song on my phone real quick. And he did it. And he was like, this is kind of great. So so those of you that do not know the Garry Shandling show theme song, go listen to it. You find it. It's great. It pretty much is. This is the theme the Garry show. The theme the Garry show. Garry called me up and asked if I would write his theme song. I'm almost halfway finished. How do you like it so far? This is the theme the Garry Shandling show. And then there's a little bit. And he's like, this theme the Garry show. The theme's the Garry show. Now to the part where I start to whistle. You know, basically the same thing. This theme, the Garry Shandling show, and then he whistles, and then it's the same thing. Theme Garry show, like this is the theme, the Garry. It's so great. It's the best, and no one knows about it because it was on HBO. It wasn't on very long, and it was such a great. And the while it was going on, he was still moving and doing stuff for the show. It was show was
underrated. Police Squad, where
it was. Yeah, exactly. It's an underrated. It was a funny show. Garry Shandling is a tremendous stand-up. He is so funny. He's probably better known for the Larry Sanders show that he had too. So I know we're both. I'm going to just mark as there's no way Addams Family is winning this, right?
No, not a chance.
No. So here's the thing about Addams Family. It is well known, but I think people it's the snaps. But most people probably don't know the lyrics to Addams Family. It's just the snaps, and it's why I think it's one of those where it's iconic, but it's not, doesn't mean it's great. Kind of like when Geraldo was opening Al Capone's vaults. Like that's an iconic moment in TV. I remember how big that was, and then it was a total turd. Like it's iconic, but it's not a great moment in television. Where I think the Addams Family kind of gets that, like people think it's better than it is, and it's our show, and Garry Shandling show is going on.
That's right.
All right, so let's go back. Bracket here. So we got Full House, Muppets, Brady Bunch, Partridge Family. I think Brady Bunch beats Partridge Family pretty much hands down. Like, I think the Brady Bunch is probably like top 5. I mean, it's such a great theme song because it's one of those where it explains the premise of the show perfectly in the theme song.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and it's such a great one. Everyone knows it too. And it's one of those, like, I don't think it's one of those songs I don't think you can sing and be in a bad mood. Like, it's just one of those, you know.
Although Partridge Family does say, come on, get happy. So
come on. They do say, come on, get happy. I will say the only way I think you can be mad about the Brady Bunch theme song when you're singing it is if somehow in your brain you end up thinking about Cousin Oliver while you're singing it. And then I think you get very upset.
I'm a jinx.
Another fun one is Full House and the Muppets. So full disclosure here, then this will be the last of the round of 32. Full disclosure, Nate and I grew up watching the Muppets. We love the Muppets. I love all the movies of the Muppets. I will just watch the new Muppets that Jason Segel did.
It's a good one.
Just on its own. I remember we watched in the theater when it came out, and we had little kids and stuff too. I cried 3 times during that because, and Sarah, my wife said it perfectly. It's like Jason Segel was writing a love letter to Jim Henson about the Muppets. It was such a perfect thing. I love that movie. And it's just it is a great theme song as well.
And it started, every introduction was different, with Kermit telling who was going to be hosting the show. In the middle of it, you had Statler and Waldorf doing a different insult. And then at the end, Gonzo was blowing something different out of his trumpet. So you didn't know what you were getting every time you got to see that theme song go on.
That's a great point. It's probably the only theme song that it was different every time, which made it unique. And you were kind of looking forward to it. You're like, okay, what's the bad joke Statler and Waldorf are going to do? And then what's Gonzo going to do? Like, is it like, what's going to happen with Gonzo at the end? So I do like the Full House one. Like, my kids watched a bunch of Full House. We did watch Fuller House too. I like it, but I think
cut it out.
It's Muppets. Cut it out. That's I don't know. Maybe Floyd from the Electric Mayhem Band did date Alanis Morissette, and she wrote another album about him. But I know that's the one thing Full House has is Joey. So
I know Kelly's going to be mad that we didn't choose Full House. I'm just putting it out there right now. My wife, Kelly.
Your wife, yeah, okay. So that's right. Well, she's probably mad that the Short Circuit, or what was the one? The
Small Wonder.
Girl. Small Wonder. I was thinking the Short Circuit, the movie, which is horrible. So yeah. All right. So
they're horrible.
Well, yeah. So let's go through here now. So we've got in the round of 62, the Muppets are going to be against the Brady Bunch. We've got the Jeffersons versus the Garry Shandling Show. So the Muppets is at our 10 seed. I think the only double digit that made it. And then you got Different Strokes against Three's Company, Golden Girls, Facts of Life. Yeah, so Muppets the only single seed. And you got Fresh Prince, Welcome Back, Kotter, Gilligan's Island, The Monkees, Saved by the Bell, Beverly Hills, Hillbillies, and then Cheers and The Big Bang Theory. So now we're in the round of 62.
Can I pause you real quick? Because this is eating up my phone. Is there any way to pause this and I can switch to a laptop to finish this out?
Golfers, IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hey folks, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center, a very different kind of approach to primary care. Personalized preventative medicine, not a one-pill-fits-all mentality. Christopher Lugo and his experienced medical staff are proactive in looking at issues before they become a problem, encouraging a healthy lifestyle with proper diet, supplements, and exercise to optimize your active lifestyle. Rather than the impersonal, rushed approach, you will be the only patient and will have our full attention. That's new. Getting old is inevitable, but feeling and looking old is avoidable. Bay Area Modern Medical Centers are experts in anti-aging regenerative medicine that optimizes your body's performance in many areas. So call for an appointment to get started on a journey back to full health and a happy life with a new, modern way of healthcare. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com. That's 844-977-3477 or BAMMC.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. And what is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Although it may seem tempting to go without healthcare insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain you may experience. For example, did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Ensuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, high medical bills are the highest contributing factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings, or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one that's right for you. I called and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, so he's got to go. His phone's dying. Something's going on with his phone. So, but this is the kind of stuff that he and I, number one, talk about all the time. We'll call each other. If it's not just sports stuff, it's dumb stuff like this. And I've always used March Chadness as my name for the brackets and stuff. And the brackets is such a huge thing, and not just the sports world. Like March Madness, that first weekend of March Madness is one of the greatest sports, just epic spectacles of all time. Everyone loves it. But I think people like this kind of stuff, brackets. Everyone always discuss like list and like what's the best this, what's the best that, and doing brackets of things. And I just thought it'd be fun to do a show like this. And then so I framed it with the college basketball, and we'll talk college basketball because Nate and I do both love college basketball. And so doing that, and then also do it once March Madness is over, we will continue to do this show. We'll do a weekly show on brackets. We just will not have the college basketball part on it. We will probably just then we are going to be talking more other sports that's going on. Probably like baseball's going on. We're both huge Cubs fans, so we will probably do that as well. So again, let's look at the bracket here. So let's go back to, we'll be looking at Cheers, Big Bang Theory, Saved by the Bell, Beverly Hills. I'm going to just go out on a limb. Cheers is going to beat the Big Bang Theory. Cheers is iconic, like Nate talked about. I don't think if you didn't grow up around when Cheers was going on, how iconic that show was, but the theme song in particular. So I don't think there's going to be any issue of him that Cheers does not move on. When it comes to Saved by the Bell, Beverly Hillbillies, we will have a discussion on that. I think some of these other ones like Gilligan's Island's Monkees, there could be one. I don't think there's going to be pushback on the Fresh Prince. Welcome Back, Kotter. I just think Fresh Prince is better, but I'm actually going to do it just to kind of move things along here. as well. So I think it's going to be the 1 and the 2 are going to go on to the Elite 8 up here. Not a problem with that. And then you go down this lower bracket. I think the same thing. I think Golden Girls is iconic. I think we're going to have a discussion on that, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. Three's Company's Different Strokes could have one, but I believe Three's Company is going to end up getting there. Jefferson's Garry Shandling show, we will definitely have to talk about because of all the Garry Shandling love that is going on between the brothers. And then I think I'm going to go, like, as much as we love the Muppets, the Brady Bunch theme song is just so good when it comes to these things. So so we will have a couple things here to talk about when we do that. Just looking at it, I think it's going to be Golden Girls, Three's Company, and I'm telling you, Garry Shandling show is going to win. I'm going to do that one. We're not like that it's going to win. There's no way Nate comes back on here and he's going to come back and say, you know what? It's the Jeffersons. It's not. All right. Looks like Nate.
I agree with everything you're saying. It will not let me log into my laptop though. So,
okay. You're all like sideways now though.
But I'm at 11%.
Can you plug it in anywhere?
Yeah, but it's still eating up.
Okay. We'll be done. So yeah. So let's, we'll go here. So Cheers going to win, obviously. We got Saved by the Bell, Beverly Hillbillies. Where are you going?
You know where I stand on this, but it's probably Beverly Hillbillies. But I don't know. Saved by the Bell is just solid.
It is solid, and you know what? I'm putting it through because it's our show. So sorry, Beverly Hillbillies. Beverly Hillbillies is great, but it's not like these iconic. Like if it was the Brady Bunch, Three's Company, Gilligan's Island, I think then Saved by the Bell does not go through. So it's kind of crazy that Saved by the Bell would have not been paired up against those guys. I wonder who put these brackets in here to maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
People are gonna be talking about, oh, the brackets are rigged. It's rigged, like just like all the other sports things. The brackets rigged. March Chadness is rigged.
March Chadness
is not rigged. So Fresh Prince over Welcome Back Kotter. Gilligan's Island's Monkees. I think I know what it should be, but should we talk about it, or is it Gilligan's Island?
It's probably Gilligan's Island. The Monkees is a better song, but if we're talking about just iconic songs, then.
And that's what we are. I mean, the Monkees is a better song, but the Gilligan's Island theme song is great because if you say the Monkees theme song for their TV show, most people are like, the Monkees had a TV show? I thought
exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, it's called The Monkees. So we did have Brady Bunch, Garry Shandling, no issues down there, correct?
Correct.
All right. So this is the one here. Golden Girls, Facts of Life. I think it's Golden Girls. Facts of Life is good, but yeah. So then it comes down to the Three's a Company and Different Strokes.
Different
Strokes. So,
company, but I can see the argument for Different Strokes. I'm not. I'm
100% with you. I think Three's Company is just Different Strokes is good, but Three's Company is just it's one of the elite. So, let's look at this. So the Elite 8 on the lower bracket, you've got the Brady Bunch 2 seed versus the 6 seed Garry Shandling. You've got the 1 and the 4 seed and Golden Girls versus Three's a Company. You've got the 2 and the 3 with Gilligan's Island and the Fresh Prince. And then you've got Cheers against the 13 seeded Saved by the Bell. So it's yeah. So this could be this. Yeah. Yeah, Saved by the Bell had a good run. Sorry, Zach Morris, you're done, and you're trash. So,
he is trash.
Cheers wins in a landslide here. I think the rest of them, I think there's going to be some discussion. We have not really had to go to our phone a friend or text a friend that we sat and we could not decide. So we've got Gilligan's Island and the Fresh Prince. We know which is the better song. Which is the better theme song when it comes to if you're deciding which is the best theme song of Gilligan's Island, Fresh Prince?
I'm going Fresh Prince.
Okay. I think I agree with you because as great as Gilligan's Island is, the Fresh Prince is like it was so different of a theme song for so many reasons. Like it was Will Smith. It was hip.
It's
It
a
was
TV show after being a rapper.
yeah.
And
It was it's like a cool song. Like if you were caught in driving up and you go pull up through the red light and you're listening to like the Beverly Hillbillies in your car, people may look at you like, what does he listen to? You pull up and the Fresh Prince is on. They are going to be singing in the car next to you. And it's just iconic. It was such a unique song. And it was so different than most theme songs. And here's another one, again, sung by the people in it, like the Monkees.
that is, yeah, DJ Jazzy Jeff doing it too.
Yep. And he was always iconic when he made an appearance on the Fresh Prince.
100%.
Yeah. So, all right. So the final four, I believe it's the final four, right? It's Cheers, Fresh Prince, the 1 and the 2 seed. No surprises there.
Right.
Oh no, we got to go down here. That's the final four there. Cheers, Fresh Prince. The bottom bracket, you got Golden Girls, the 1 versus Three's Company, the 4 seed. I think this is gonna make a lot of people mad. I'm going Three's Company. I think it's a better theme song than the Golden Girls. I think the Golden Girls is great, but I think it gets a little overrated because they love Betty White.
She was great.
She was great. I mean, the whole cast was, but I'm going Three's Company. Where are you going?
I'm gonna go Three's Company. I can sing Knock on Our Door anytime.
Yeah. And it's just, and Golden Girl, again, it's a good song. It should have been a number 1 seed, but I think it was one of those where it was number 1 seed because it was a weaker conference and it just record was better because they didn't play anybody. They played Immaculate Conception or Immaculate Word too many times. So, all right, this is the one. All right, this is going to tell you the integrity of the show, I think, is who wins this matchup. It is the Brady Bunch, the 2 seed, Garry Shandling show, which some people will say is overseeded as the 6 seed, making it to the Elite 8. What is the better theme song if we're trying to find out what the best sitcom theme song is?
It's I as much as I hate to go against the Garry Shandling show, it is the Brady Bunch. Although the Garry Shandling show song it might be, in my eyes, the best theme song to any show ever. But in the case of doing legit brackets of integrity, it's got to be the Brady Bunch.
And to quote you from earlier, quoting Dana Carvey playing, or Phil Hartman playing Ed McMahon, you are correct, sir.
Yes.
That is the correct. I hate it. Garry Shandling, if you're asking me, like just me personally, what I personally think is one of the best themes. Like Garry Shandling is going to be in the top 5 of that. Like, and it's not even, there's not even another, like, you can't convince me otherwise. So we have the Brady Bunch 2 seed, Three's Company, the 4. And then you've got Cheers, the 1, Fresh Prince, the 2. So I know people are going to be probably upset. It maybe thought, oh, how did the Fresh Prince not have an E in it this whole time? And we did not know it. That is crazy. I don't know. I would say we'd fix it in post, but there's no way to do that. So you guys know what it is. That's how fresh it is. It doesn't even need a vowel. That's how fresh it is. That's the hip way to do it. So, all right. So Cheers, Fresh Prince, Three's Company, the Brady Bunch. I think for the final 4, I think we hit it right. I think this should be who the final 4 are.
Correct.
We won't get too many complaints. All right. Cheers, Fresh Prince. Does Fresh Prince have a chance? Is there like a world where people are like, yes, Fresh Prince over Cheers?
There might be a world, but they're wrong.
Okay. Yeah, and we got to go quick too because I just got the Energy Saver power is on my one computer that I'm running this on. So, it doesn't at this point, the Excel spreadsheet is kind of a moot point anyway. So we know, all right, Three's Company, Brady Bunch. I think this is going to be the one that's going to be that we need to have a conversation about. They're both great. I personally think the Brady Bunch is the better of the 2.
I'm going to go ahead and agree with you on that. Brady Bunch. It should be Brady Bunch Cheers.
Yes. And Brady Bunch almost got the 1 seed over Golden Girls, but I just thought I was watching stuff. People had Golden Girls had that as a number 1 overall, even over Cheers as it. I'm like, that's crazy. All right. So I will pull this up real quick so people can see it. Cheers, Brady Bunch for the first ever episode of March Chadness, the winner of the TV sitcom theme song with lyrics. You got to put that in parentheses there. So, I don't think there's a wrong answer here. What do you think about this matchup?
I think it's Cheers. I think it's two juggernauts, but
it is.
Man, that Cheers song could come on and literally, like you said, in the car and be like, yeah, I might turn this up. You're not gonna be cranking up the Brady Bunch, but you are gonna sing along anytime it comes on. Especially the episode where they go to Kings Island.
Exactly. Which
Greg,
bring my buddy Dave.
Fan.
Yeah, bring my buddy Dave back in because he may be on the show if he comes back out of retirement of doing podcasts. He hates that episode so much for a couple reasons. Number one, they take the long. He goes like, dude, all they had to do is go the other way. Where they had to go to was just right there. Because Dave, we went to Kings Island all the time. He's like, number one, they went all the long way. They just had to go through there. They would have gotten there much quicker. And they always gets mad when they hand it off to Alice. He's like, I think it's Greg. He's like, why would you not just let Greg finish the leg? Like, Alice is not going to get there quicker than a very tired Greg Brady or even Bobby at that point, Right. So
I'm like,
it's nuts. So here's why I think it's Cheers. Brady Bunch is a great TV theme song. It's just kind of hokey. Like if you really think about it, it's hokey, but it's endearing. Kind of like a mother-in-law or something like that. Like, that's just that mother-in-law. She's endearing, so we'll put up with her little goofiness. Where Cheers is it's a great song.
It slaps.
It slaps, as the kids say. It has Riz. So throw this on before my computer dies. The winner is Cheers.
Hey,
congratulations.
Cheers.
Yes. Cheers. Congratulations on that. So it should win it. It was the number 1 overall seed. No surprise. I think the bracket was well. We did not have to go to text a friend, which I'm interested to see when that happens. When we got to text somebody, if we are like, I'm picking this one, you're picking the other side, and then we got to have another person come in as a tiebreaker. So it'll be a different person whoever I think is the best qualified to weigh in on this. Now we may sometimes have 3 people. We may go 3 wide, so that we will not have that issue.
Oh, phone died.
All right, phone died. All right. So that was Nate. His phone died. The first episode, you're going to have some hiccups along the way. However, I had a blast talking to Nate doing this thing. I will wait to see maybe the laptop comes in. I don't know. But anyway, that was the first episode. Cheers is the winner of the TV sitcom theme song bracket with lyrics. We will do another one of just instrumental TV theme songs, and it's not going to be just limited to sitcoms. And then we will do another one that's going to be lyrics, but all genre of TV shows. So there's a lot to unpack there. We are recording this on November 16th, so it should be out later this week. We will be coming back recording probably next weekend whenever Nate and I can get it together. And the next bracket is going to be Thanksgiving side dishes, as Thanksgiving is just a little over a week away. So if you are watching this on YouTube, please like it, subscribe to fanstreamsports.com. We have a ton of sports content. This is going to be a little bit more sports content-y in the beginning of it, because as the college basketball season gets farther in there, you're going to have a better idea of what teams are, how they're playing, who's good, who's not good, and we'll get more information on that. Plus, we will have a couple. I know the Thanksgiving one is just going to be a 16 team bracket. There's not 32 side dishes, so it will be a little bit shorter. We can discuss a little bit more about it, but I do appreciate it. And in the comments below, what did we get right? What did we get wrong? What do you think should have been the winner of this bracket? And what did we leave out? We did not get to first four out. I want this show to be kind of as much like the presentation of the seeds in the tournament. So they always had the first four out. First four out it was the Goldbergs. It was out. I love that song. It's a fun, festive song, but it's not iconic enough. Even with the show is a great show, it just didn't really fit with the rest of these songs in there. Green Acres was first four out. We just debated that one. It was an older show, which is kind of why we left it out. Because it was in the 60s, I think, maybe in the early 70s, but I think it was in the 60s. It's a great song, but I think it's just, if you listen to it, the is great. And then the Green Acres is the place to be. That part is great. But then when Ava Gabor sings, it just kind of gets, it just loses it. They should just stop that. That should have been a little bit shorter with that. Also, that theme songs that did not make it were, what were some of the other ones I had? I know I had them here. I got them up here so I can pull it out here. So I should have had it up already. Oh yeah, it was the Drew Carey Show was on there, and the reason it did not make it is because it changed theme songs. It had the different theme, and then it would have been the Cleveland Rocks, but it was not the theme song the entire time. And it is a great song, but it wasn't the whole theme song. It just didn't quite make up to all the other ones. And the other one is an older classic 80s show that Nate and I grew up with Silver Spoons. It was fun. It's not really a great theme song, but I think it was iconic for Nate and I because we grew up with that. So if you I want to look and see Nate and I, and this is where this show is going to be great, but also stupid, is Nate and I beforehand is like, hey, we wanted to do it just like the bracket reveal. And so the experts always put their final four in once they see what the bracket is. So we both decided to put in what our bracket would be. And so I think I can pull it up from here on the other computer if it does not die. But it's a great picture of Nate this past year at Halloween dressed up in his Flint Tropics Will Ferrell costume, and is me from my junior year of playing basketball, and it is quite phenomenal on that. So this is gonna be it's gonna look like I rigged it too, because Nate's final four were Cheers, Golden Girls, Brady Bunch, and Saved by the Bell. My final four was Cheers, Fresh Prince, Three's Company, Brady Bunch, which is what it was. So I did not, I did not steer it towards what my final four was. But I did predict the final four correctly. So I do get credit and win there. So it was a fun time, a good show. I think most people will enjoy this. I hope so. We're going to get into some good topics. We'll get into some also very unique, like niche topics. I know one that we're going to have coming up here soon is we talked about the TV show Psych, which if you have not seen Psych, it is a phenomenal show. It is so great. 8 seasons. We love it. And we are going to do a show, and it's probably going to be 32 team bracket of nicknames for Burton Guster. So we do have a theme song for this show as well. I don't know if I can shorten it down to send it to get it put at the beginning. We will have some theme at the beginning of the show, but in the actual theme song for the March Madness show, it does have a line near the end where it says March Chadness has your bracket busters and the best name for Burton Guster. So we will do that. This can be a very niche show. If you have not watched Psych, you are not going to probably enjoy it, but you tune in anyways because you can enjoy Nate and I doing it. So we'll be back next week with the Thanksgiving side dish show. So this has been the first episode of March Chadness. I thank Nate for coming out and doing this with me. I had a blast. I loved it. It was more fun than I thought it would be. And these are going to be the kind of the memories I think Nate and I will have in 20 years, like looking back and like, remember when we did that stupid podcast? Like, yes, it was great. So I love it. Thanks for tuning in. Check out fanstreamsports.com for all your sports needs and this show. Follow me on X at Chad Ochorinco. You can also follow my brother Nate on X. I believe it's at NateLifters23. So again, have a great week this week, and we will see you next week with Thanksgiving side dishes.